4 years ago, I started a small young adult press called Tiny Satchel Press. And so Lisa's first novel is published by us. It's been an interesting road, the young adult process, because it's now the trending, it's the most trending genre in publishing. Yeah. And but one of the things, I was working for another publisher, and every time I brought a book that was either had an LGBT theme or the characters were characters of color, my editor said, yeah, there isn't really a market for this. And I was getting more and more annoyed by that, and so I decided I needed to publish these books myself. And so our focus at Tiny Satchel is on LGBT themed books and books for and by people of color, and also books that for kids that aren't upper middle class white kids, which is basically what most young adult books are written for. One of our authors sitting in the back, Jane Shaw, is
J.D. Shaw?
J.D. Shaw.
J.D. Shaw.
Her books have focused on young girls who are in difficult economic circumstances. The most recent book of hers, Miss Millie's Murder, focuses on a girl who's homeless. The one prior to that, Leave No Footprints, focuses on a girl who has escaped a really treacherous situation where she has essentially been trafficked. So I think that these are issues that aren't being addressed in mainstream young adult fiction. So I totally derailed your question. I'm sorry. As is not.
The question was, how did you find Victoria's class to start? You're a new writer, right? Yeah. And I was asking you, I was asking you about a writers group, and then you said, well, I'm in one, and then you told me more about it and can you talk more about your writing journey and how it led you to this class? What made you think of taking a class and so forth?
Well, I would journal when I was younger, and I always found that it was weird. When I was in school, I didn't realize that I liked essay questions rather than multiple choice, and I didn't know why. I mean, at the time, I just liked essay, but I didn't know it was because I wanted to express myself in a test. So a little later, I took little classes here, little workshops there, but nothing really serious. And then one day I said, I want to take a continuing ed class. I want to write a short story. I thought short stories was where it was. So I found the class Victoria was teaching at University of the Arts, and I took one class, and then I took the next class, and I took how many classes was it? I don't remember. A lot. It was a lot of classes over and over and over again, but it wasn't the same, even though she was teaching the curriculum that was familiar to me, but it wasn't the same because her assignments were different. And it gave me an opportunity to gain some confidence in reading my work, because you stay in your little cocoon and you write, and you don't really read to anyone else except like I was telling you, your family, your friends. They're not going to tell you the truth. They're going to say, "Oh, this is great," and you're like, "Thanks." And you think you're just fabulous writer, but you have no idea. So it gave me the confidence to write and read in front of others. So then Victoria asked me, because one of the students in her writers group was leaving, she asked me to join, and I just felt like, wow, okay. So then from there, we went further, and actually getting published was, I was getting too content practicing, and she said one day, you can't keep practicing, you're going to have to get out there, and that was actually a big step, but I'm glad it was taken.
Awesome. Fabulous. Anybody else have more questions? I have several, but I want to share this space.
I wonder about Jasmine.